These hot rod boats cost approximately $600,000 each. And yes, that's taxpayer money to fight Al-Qaeda and the small-time drug traffickers on the Texas rivers.
They're buying these giant $690-something thousand speedboats for lakes and rivers that have giant machine guns mounted all over them. And they didn't have the machine guns mounted 3 months ago when we first went out and talked to them at a lake. They didn't know who we were. We did a nice interview, put it on TV. I made my points about how we're going bankrupt, but they're constantly militarizing our police. Darren McBreen and John Brown went out there politely, and they were bowing up. They were saying, we're not going to talk to you, even though it was a press event that they called. They had state police standing right up in their space, and when they left, they had state police follow them out of the parking lot over by the lake.
I mean, here's my deal, man. You guys misrepresented yourselves with KLBJ. I called them, and they're like, no, they don't work for us.
It's not a misrepresentation. We're a broadcast on KLBJ.
I mean, this is a public place. You're welcome to film.
But there's not a media representative that'll talk to us?
No.
It goes on to say, are John Brown and Darren McBreen on your staff? The DPS contacted our DPS contact, and we're also affiliated with your show. Can you shed any light on this? I mean, it's just crazy. The state police are calling our local affiliate because, wait, the media is not supposed to ask us questions. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to discuss what's going on. You're supposed to take it. We give you a press release and you read it on air. That's how America works. We don't have a free press in America.
I mean, I have some talking points if you want.
Yeah, some talking points. I think we got those pretty much last time. I mean,
they're pretty much the same.
I know the cost of the boats and all that.
Yeah.
But we're just kind of wondering about joint military exercises, stuff like that. You know, if there's any.
I mean, you can ask it. Yeah, there's no joint military exercises planned that I'm aware of.
They're spending $600,000 on these.
600 plus.
Yeah, for a total of 6 of them. And this is the unveiling of the second one.
With machine guns, militarizing, and they don't like it. It's wrong to sit there and try to violate press freedom in this country. Can you believe calling up our affiliate, trying to imply we're doing something wrong, playing weird legalese games?
And by them following us, it seemed like intimidation. You know, it was pure intimidation.
Well, I mean, he's calling.
I know they plan on buying a lot of these unmanned drones.
DPS is not that I'm aware of.
The state of Texas is not?
We're not.
Because there's like Border Patrol with the drones and all that.
Patrol's federal.
Well, but they're working with federal agencies. That's what I mean. So it'd be like Homeland Security, for example, is federal. Yet they provided a lot of the funding for these boats that are here in the state. You know. So that's why I was wondering if there's any, federal cooperation with these unmanned drones as well for Border Patrol and fighting this out of control drug wars.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have drones.
Yeah.
Now, whose drones we have access to, I'm not even sure.
Rights activists or whatever are also concerned that maybe these boats would be used to, like, pull over somebody to, hey, do you have your fishing license? And you got all these tactical guns on there, and do you have your fishing license? Is this boat registered? Is there any alcohol on board? That sort of thing. So those were kind of the questions we're going to ask. So.
These are going to be used in standard border operations in cooperation with, local, state, and of course, Border Patrol.
I hope you're right.
That's all they're there for.
We are right.
Well, sometimes they do, but same with the Patriot Act was supposed to be just for terrorists, and then it ended up, going after more than just terrorists. And these are just questions, man. A lot of people get offended by these questions like this, so there's checks and balances,
Well, they were really shook up by Darren McBreen because after this happened, they were just going completely ape. And we still got our interview because they were doing interviews before we got there and then said, oh, we're not doing interviews. Well, we just set up a camera 50 feet away. He asked the questions. There they are. And again, the state police haven't even been on my radar screen, but now you are on our radar screen. Trying to imply we're not media, trying to imply, there we are with a microphone saying InfoWars. And you're like, well, you're not on 590 because before they said, well, where are you broadcast? Always implying like we're not media. And we're like, well, 590 Channel 10. Well, you're not 590. I liken this to Weldon Henson runs my shipping department. And he can fill up 500 people. He just played a couple thousand at the Houston Rodeo. But that's his night job. His day job is working here. And that'd be like if he packs the Continental Club whenever he plays there once a month. If somebody called up the Continental Club and said, Weldon Henson, who plays country music, Does Weldon Henson work there? And they're like, well, no, but he plays here. Oh, he's a liar. He's not at the Continental Club. I mean, it's like some kind of game. And they're calling up like everybody over there going, Alex Jones and his people are misrepresenting that they work with you. I don't know, I just go to their events and speak at their events and I'm on the radio there. Sure, I've got my own sprawling complex here. I mean, I'm on over 100 AM and FM stations. Again, it shows the system cannot deal with the fact that you don't have air superiority anymore. You're not just going to do this to us in the dark anymore. Buddy, we have millions of listeners a day. All right, yeah, but that doesn't count. You know, it doesn't count that on Alexa.com we're much bigger than MSNBC.com. You can go see it. Doesn't count. Doesn't count how many. Doesn't matter if I have 15 million listeners a week. It doesn't matter if I'm on the cover of Talkers magazine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you are God. And you're going to call up and imply I'm a lying dirtbag. Oh, yeah, they determined you weren't media in Pittsburgh and arrested you. They said, oh, you're filming us, attacking people. We're going to let all the mainstream media out, but you're not media. Well, we're suing them. And they've already tried to settle with dude, but that's not happening. There was no settlement made. You're not media. You're trash. You're scum. Okay? You're not a big corporate New World Order outfit that reads off a teleprompter. In fact, Darren, during that report, he's like, do you got any talking points? Like you're going to give me those and I'm going to give you a sheet back. This is not real reporting. In the old days, government ran from reporters because they knew they were all there trying to get the muckraking story. That was the style of journalism. And news was exciting, man. It was like, you know, there was like every town, the town, 60, 70 years ago, a town the size of Austin would have like 10 newspapers. There'd be 3 or 4 that came out at 5 a.m. There'd be one that came out at 10, one at noon. One at 5, then there'd be the couple of evenings. That's why there's all these papers have names like Evening Standard. Because, you know, it's like up-to-date news, like the internet, man. Bam, 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 bam. And you're like, oh, I want that one, I want that one. And it was all about the muckraking. Now it's about lazy reporters. I've seen it in radio and TV. Just a press release comes in and they just read what government tells them. Well, this is teleprompter free, folks. It didn't happen in here. Okay, I'm done. I got to hurry up here. We got like 2 more hours coming up.